Okay, so as I said, the Zoom video, I cannot control the quality of the Zoom video. So I'm streaming onto YouTube right now in real time. And the video on YouTube is going to be full HD. It's a lot better than the Zoom video. And what happened to Zoom video is because there's a sudden huge influx of users start using Zoom video right now. So now they have to restrict the quality of the broadcast. So we don't get full HD anymore. So there's nothing I can do. But the only thing I could do is that instead of having a recorded video on Zoom, I'll just use YouTube. So if you want to check out the stream, the lecture again, you can always go on YouTube to do that. But please understand that having the YouTube video available to the students does not necessarily mean that you can skip the class in real time. That's never the design. Okay, that's not an excuse that you can get out from the class. And this is very important because you see, if you can finish the class in real time, do it, right? Don't push the work backward, right? Oh, forward. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go to the class. I'll just watch the video at night. And then at night, I'm gonna watch the video tomorrow. It's there forever. And pretty soon, the work gonna accumulate, right? And you never get it done, right? So don't do that. Even though there's a better quality video out there on YouTube, it should serve only as an insurance, right? You missed something you don't really understand. You want to see it again, then go on YouTube, right? But never skip the class in real time because the class is designed in a way that we're going to interact in real time and I'm going to send you out to the breakout room. And when you're in the breakout room working on your project, I will pop in, right, and help you guys and doing the project in the same time. So let's start by talking about what's been happening right now to San Francisco State University. So as you guys know, after the COVID-19 hit, right, nobody knew what's going to happen, how long it would take, right? So we sort of, okay, this probably last a few weeks. So originally we thought that we can all go back to the campus sometime end of April, right? It never happened. And now the summer classes had to be online and the fall semester is going to be online as well. So in a very short amount of time, the teaching faculty members have to switch their content online. It's a big challenge for us. A lot of professors are not used to teaching online, and the course is designed for in-person, face-to-face setting does not necessarily suitable for an online teaching modality, right? So for me, in order to teach online, I ask my student what's a better format, and the universal voice, what students said is, if just put a slide there or just like a Zoom phone conference, it's very difficult to pay attention to, right? The video must be of a certain quality and preferably a simulated classroom experience, right? So you can pay attention, right? There's something better, easier for you to see and easier for you to follow. So I've been doing that for a long time. I revamp all my lecture slides. So instead of a landscape slides, like about yay big or even this wide, I'm making a portrait mode of the slide to allow more information to be on the page, right? And then yet in the same time, you can see me, right? In the face interacting with the slides. I can point something out here, like, oh, this is course introduction. But what I do not expect is that Zoom suddenly cut the video quality down, and now you probably can't see the text clearly over here, right? How about here?
It's
Not
a little
really.
blurry.
A little blurry, but you can
Yeah.
see this course introduction, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but on YouTube, you are able to see all the text clearly. And of course, after the lecture, I will upload the slides as well, right? But the slides for online teaching are designed in a way to have more pictures, bigger words. So traditionally, when an in-person setting, we can allow more text on the slides, and slides can be used as a study guide. But this type of slide designed for online teaching, there are many animations and many pictures overlapping each other. So the idea is do not study with the slides. You can use it as a reference, but study with the slides is gonna hurt you. Okay, don't do that. Pay attention to the lecture, right? Try to write notes if you can, right? But then do not just rely on the slide as the number one source for your exam. It's not a good idea. All right. Okay. So that's good. Right. We still have 35. I think I'm gonna drop 5 students. And then, as you probably know, right? I already announced multiple times that the students who do not show up at the first class is gonna get dropped from the course. There's no exception to that. Right. So let's see. Make sure everything else is working. Where is my clicker? I can't find my clicker. Oh, hold on for a sec. I'll be back. I'll find my clicker. All right. So this is the ACCT 307 Accounting Information System class. Right? And this class, summer session, is designed to be completed in 5 weeks. So today is June 2nd. The final exam will take place on July 2nd. There will be no midterm, but we do have a group project to be done, right? And some of you may think, oh, it's going to be so difficult to do a group project online, right? Interact with my teammates online. Do not need to worry. Okay, every class is designed in a way that there will be at least 1 hour. Right? You get to work with your teammates if you show up to the class. And some of you here have already taken my 507. You know how it's like, right? GN took my 507, Gaurav took my 507. You know that there are always time for you to work with your group. And in this setting, we will have breakout room, and I always pop in to help you with your group project, right? One of the biggest problems that students complain about the online class is the lack of interaction, right? We take the learning environment, in-person environment as granted. When you go to in-person class, you get to chat with your classmates. Hey, what's the midterm gonna be? Oh, when is homework due? All those little tidbits of information, it helps with your learning, right? But now it's not. You get locked in your room, right? And if you don't introduce yourself properly to your classmates, you don't even know who they are. You don't know who should you text, right? You don't even have their phone number, right? So right now in this class, even though it's very short, let's try our best, right, to interact with each other. That's why I set up forum online for you to post your introduction video, right? I set up things like the student discussion forum. You can interact with each other if you want, right? And on top of that, the most important thing is what you understand with what's happening right now. Right? So one of the biggest concerns we are having right now is how we're going to conduct midterm or recruiting, okay, in this period of time. And we already talked to recruiters over and over, try to set up, okay, what's the fall midterm going to be like? Are we going to be the online midterm? If so, how we set it up, right? How do you talk to the student this way, right? And then the most important thing to you in this situation, notice what's happening, right? And you have to realize that from this point on, the employer is going to ask you, are you comfortable doing things online? Right? Are you comfortable working with a group, with your teammates online? That's going to be a new skill requirement. People are going to ask, right? So you're going to talk about it. Oh yeah, I have the experience of working in a team project using Zoom meeting, and we even presented using Zoom meeting, and that will make you stand out. Trust me. No, because from now on, the doing things, interacting with clients, interacting with your colleague over internet is probably going to be one of the most important criteria now, right? As you know, that what does Instagram say? Not Instagram. What's that? I think Instagram, right? No, Twitter, right? Twitter, what they said? They say you can work from home forever if you want, right? But what does that imply? That imply this method, this modality of working is going to be the new norm somehow, right? So you might as well just use this class to get used to it. Okay, try to learn how to edit a video, right? Self-introduction video, because employer is very likely going to ask for that in the near future. Send us a video somewhere, edit it nicely, right? Make sure that you have good lighting. Make sure you know how to talk to a camera as if you are talking to a real person, right? All these things. You had a good video. I really like it. You put some introduction animations and some background music too. Very nice. I like it. Right. Nowadays with the iPhone, right, with some simple iMovie, I think it's called what? iMovie. You can actually do pretty good videos online. And so I know there will be some resistance on the group project, but trust me that the group project is probably going to be the easiest, the most rewarding aspect of this class, right? Okay, so let's get to the class. What was my clicker? So this is me. The picture is taken about 18 years ago. I was conducting an audit project in Middle East. So they were taking down the Saddam Hussein sign everywhere because I was there after the war, and I was conducting audit for some military project. So it was quite interesting, just huge signs, huge statues everywhere, and it was just there. Like, at that time, it's quite interesting that in my firm, they asked for volunteer to go for this audit project. Nobody wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, I want to see what's it like. So I volunteered. Yeah, the money was really good, but it's quite an experience. So yes, I was an auditor for many years, and mostly I focus on IT audit or information system audit or security audit. So back then, the demand for security audit is very high. Very few people can do that. So that by default, I get to travel quite a bit. Different countries. I was in New Zealand. I was in Australia. I was in China. I was in Taiwan. I was in Japan. All these different countries and different projects. Quite interesting. Yeah. So yes, that's me. And after a while in the consulting industry or in the high demand IT audit industry, you start getting to a mode that, especially working for a Japanese company, that you work Monday through Saturday and half day on Sunday. It's just too much. So we decided we want to spend more time with the family, and I moved to Canada, and I started teaching in Canadian university called McMaster University. And my area chair told me, like, if you like teaching, why don't you just get a PhD? So indeed, that's what I did. I got a PhD in accounting information system. My dissertation is on cybersecurity breach disclosure. And on top of that, my original industry certification is PMP, is the project management professional. If you want to work in the projectized environment, PMP is almost the golden standard to get when it comes to certification. And CISA stands for Certified Information System Auditor. and CISSP is Certified Information System Security Professionals. So these are some of the, you may notice that there's no CPA there. Yes, I'm not a CPA, but I still work in the accounting industry. The accounting industry is really big. You know, even though I do audit, but I've never done financial audit at all. I do internal audit, I do security audit, I do compliance audit, but I don't need to do financial audit at all. When I was just get out of school, I asked my manager, so, do you want me to get a CPA? And the manager told me, said, we have enough CPAs here. No, but guess what? We don't have a assistant auditor. No, why did you do that? So I got onto the career path, and I never looked back. I never needed to touch the numbers, run the spreadsheet, right? Although I still have to take a look at the financials from time to time, but never need to do actual financial audit at all. Okay, so it's fairly easy to get in touch with me. My email is very easy to remember, just my name. Okay, and I do have to admit that from time to time I get overwhelmed with email. There's just sudden influx of student email or school email, and I might miss your email, but I'm usually pretty good at it. I can return email within, if I'm there, like within an hour, sometimes within minutes, right? But if you want even faster response out of me, you can call me. And this is my number. It's also very easy to remember. I wrestle the number with my name in it. Look at that. Pretty good. Right. So you can text me on this number as well. This is a number dedicated to San Francisco State University. So I will always respond to text or call on this number. Okay. But to be honest, the easiest way still is the email. Okay. So I do have a virtual office set up on Zoom, and also very easy to remember. So you can if you want to set up a time, okay, Professor, can you meet me? I want to discuss something with you, right? And you can join this virtual office, right? Just click there, wait for me there, and set up the time, 2 o'clock, I'll be there to you. So we don't need to actually set up a link. This link is permanent. It's gonna be my Zoom office, right? Okay. And what I do is I'll make a promise to you that I will always help you to clarify on the lecture, on the homework, or on the exams. If you need a career advice, then I can help you too, right? Because I'm actually the chair of the placement committee, and placement committee's job is to place students, okay, in the position in the industry. So let's say if you have some interest, I'm interested in movie making. You know, I have a few friends in the School of Cinema. You know, I want to learn about, accounting for making movies. Professor, can you give me some advice? Yeah, I can perhaps do that as well. So if you are on the CPA path, right, and one of the requirements, as you know, that it require 150 education units, right, in order to be licensed as a CPA. Okay, so if you need a transcript evaluation, I'll do that too. Okay, so you need let's say choose coursework, or you have some general student advising questions, right? You can always come to me. Okay, and our area chair, Amy Chan, she's very, very good, and she has encouraged every faculty member try to help students as much as we can. Okay, and that's something that I really believe in. Right? So if you need my help, don't afraid to ask me. So is the voice still pretty muffled? No? Is it okay? I'm looking at text here. Okay, so it's okay? Can somebody speak up so I can see, perhaps hear you guys? I can't really, I don't know, see if I can hear you guys. Ish, can you say something? I can't hear you.
Hear you at all?
Oh, okay.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Good. All right, it's changed back. I don't know. This is my new setup. I'm still struggling, between I try to use AirPod and then AirPods interfere, so I have to use my old type of wired headphones so I can hear you guys, but use wired phone I can't hear myself, so I have to like almost shout, and it's hard. Okay, so let me give you some explain the learning environment. Okay, so first thing is the iLearn web portal. Okay, and most of you have already get on the iLearn web portal. You see that I use the announcements, right, and quite often. And I would encourage you to do that, to get on, to join the forum, right? And I will usually post information using the iLearn. Okay, so that's a web portal. Okay, you can interact with our classmate that way. And an interesting thing about iLearn is that as an instructor, I can actually see how often you get on iLearn and what pages you have read, right? So a lot of times in the past, the student asked me, so can I do something else? I really studied, and then I look at their iLearn profile, they didn't even download the slides, right? They didn't even try to access the iLearn. They were gone a few weeks, right? Then it's going to be hard for me to justify adjusting their grade because there's no effort seen, right? Okay, so iLearn web portal is going to be important, um, especially when we're doing this online. And the second one is the McGraw-Hill Connect site. Okay, and your homework, okay, and the exams will be conducted through the McGraw-Hill Connect. Right, so you must have a Connect code to do that. The assignments will be issued there. You will complete your assignment on McGraw-Hill, and even the exam will be administered through the McGraw-Hill Connect site. Okay, that's the only way we can do it now. It's extremely difficult to do it using iLearn, and because we can't really proctor the exam, we can't really randomize the exam. It's very difficult. So although I never like to use the publisher's test bank because there's always a threat or risk of cheating, but right now there's just no solutions. Okay, so make sure that you get the Connect code for McGraw-Hill, right? It's going to be important. You cannot pass this class without buying the textbook. Okay, but if you have financial difficulties, let me know. Okay, but you must let me know beforehand. You cannot just suddenly, sometime like 2-3 weeks later, said, "Oh, Professor, I don't have textbook." Or, no. Okay, let me know beforehand. I will always try to help you. Right? If you say I don't have a textbook, I can do this. I can only do trial textbook. But if that's the case, yes, I understand, and we'll find alternative way to do the tests. But the prerequisite is that you have to contact me beforehand and let me know your issues so I can help you. Right. Zoom meeting, what we're doing right now. Okay, so the lectures will be delivered during class time, 1:15 to 5:15. Okay, in real time. Okay, so during class time, I want you to enable your video camera so I can see your face, seeing that you are actually paying attention to the class. And what happened before is some students that they never enable their video, and so I don't even know where they are. And for my spring semester, it is very obvious to me that students just connect to using their phone or use a desktop and disable their camera and they're gone, right? And sometimes they come back, ask me the exact same question I just announced a few minutes earlier, right? So try to do that. Try to enable your video. So I'll test this right now. Is Chen-Xi, are you here? Okay, good. CQ, are you here? How about Lai? Lai Shenluo?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
Yes,
how about,
I'm here. I'm
okay.
CT.
How about Armando? Are you here? Armando?
He's on the chat. He said,
Okay. All right, good. All right, so you can use your phone's camera or use your phone to log in. But the problem with the phone is that the video you see is going to be very small. Okay. And in addition to Zoom meeting, like I said earlier, okay, let me see. I think some students forget to mute themselves. Let me mute all. Okay. So the lecture will be recorded. The recorded lecture is going to be available on YouTube. It's actually simultaneously streamed onto YouTube right now. But I don't recommend you to go look at it right now because you will get feedback. You've seen two videos in the same time. It's going to be a disaster, so don't do that. Yeah. Next important item for your learning environment is your study cohort. It's the group project that you work with together. But I don't really see as a group per se. I'm more point to see as a cohort that in this 5 weeks, you really stay close to each other, work with each other, exchange telephone lines, share Google documents, and keep your Zoom meeting on when you try to work on the group project. Try to work out those issues like a cohort. Do it together, right? Because you don't get this in online, you don't get to those in-person experience when you're taking online classes. But those in-person experiences are very, very important, right? To help you learn, to help you get a university, a college experience. Right? You're not paying money for chat like this, right? Okay. You want something good, at least something like this. Right. So let's try. I know we already have a I want you to upload your self-intro video, but I still want you to do it in front of the whole class using Zoom meeting and introduce yourself one by one. And I'm going to call on you guys. And this is actually their first roll call. So for you to introduce yourself, to make sure you have when you're called, unmute your microphone and let me know you're here and introduce yourself to the class. And just let us know what's your name and what year are you in and some basic information about yourself, what you like to do, why you choose accounting, so the entire class get a chance to see you, right? To know who you are. All right, so Lee Choi?
I'm here.
Okay, so tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Lei Troy Baliao. I'm a senior, and I choose accounting because I want to be practical. I want a job to pay the bills, especially especially if I'm going to live here in San Francisco. So, and I like hiking.
Next, Eliza Bursting, Eliza?
Is that Lyson or?
There's an E there, Eliza Bernstein. I don't think it's here, right? Let me see. Eliza, no. Okay, so this person is not here. How about Oscar Centeno? Not here? Okay. Jeshurun.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Jeshurun.
Oh, here.
Okay.
I'm Jesherin. I'm a senior. I chose accounting because I think it's just like a very stable job and like a very demanding job. And I like playing badminton.
Badminton.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, next. David Chan.
Okay, my name's David. I'm currently after summer in the fall I'll start my senior year, so I should be done next fall. I chose accounting because I like working with numbers, and some of my hobbies, I like hanging out with my friends, and I like playing sports.
Sports. What sports?
Basketball.
Basketball. Ah, good. Nice. Jieying. Jieying Chen. Not here. All right.
Is it Yingyu Chan, Professor?
Jieying.
No.
Okay. How about Yingyi Chen? Oh yeah, that's you.
Yes.
So let us know about you.
Hi guys, I'm Yingyu Chen. I transferred to State University in spring 2020. In my spare time, I will run around Les Merced or drum roads in my backyard. And I'm interested in the outdoor activities. And sometimes I would like to go out for hiking, and I would like to travel around the world. I have been to Nepal, and then I hike in the Pahil Mountain. And why I choose accounting as my major, because I think that the accounting, it sounds more skillful than other majors which under business field. So based on this major, and then we will know more information and provide more opportunity for our future career. So I would like to be a CPA because it could provide me more opportunities in my future career.
Good. Yunting. It's Yunting here. Yunting Choi. Oh, there's something wrong with my thing. It keeps switching. Hold on for a sec. I'll be right back. Let me unplug some of the. Okay, I'm back. All right. So is Yunting here? No? No, eh? Okay. How about Varati? Did I pronounce it right? Varati? It's not here, right? Varati Chung Harun Chot? No? Brian Fan?
Hi guys, I'm Brian. So I'm gonna be a junior year in the fourth semester. The reason why I take accounting because like I think accounting can like give you a good insight about how a business works. So it's like also give you a chance to like how to run a business and everything. So in my free time, I like to go to the gym, work out, and play basketball. That's it.
Good. Thank you, Brian. Okay, Joshua Gomez.
Hey, I'm Joshua. I'm a senior. I'm going to be graduating in spring. I joined accounting because I figured there's a pretty good demand for this job. And prior to going to SF State, I was a mechanic in the Navy for 5 years.
So you're a veteran.
Yeah.
I was in the airborne.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Bao Lan Guan. Is Bao Lan here? No. Good. One more student to drop. Very nice. Graciela?
Hi.
Oh, Ella. You prefer Ella?
Yeah, my name is Graciela, but you guys can call me Ella. I chose accounting because I believe it's the backbone of our economic system. And and then honestly, during this time, what I really love to do is play Animal Crossing. If people know, they know. Yeah, I'm
My
one of those.
daughter. Oh, she's like play Animal Crossing every day.
Yes, you guys can add me. Okay, bye.
Lan who?
Hi everyone, my name is Lan and I'm a junior right now, and because the reason why I picked accounting as my major because I like deal with number and also I understand the logic of like the business operation, and my hobby is like traveling and also I watching YouTube. That's it. Thank you.
What do you watch on YouTube?
Like different kind of TV show or drama.
Oh. Okay. Siki? Siki Huang? Oh, yeah, you can't speak, eh? Are you able to talk? Okay. Oh,
Vicky's here.
okay, good. So tell us about yourself.
I'm Siki. I'm from China, and this is my last semester. I think maybe one more semester. I'm almost graduate, and I chose accounting as my major because I like counting numbers, and it's a basic major I need to take. I want to do a financial job in the future, so I need accounting.
Good. Next, Ping Ping. Ping Ping, you're here, right? I see you. Where you at, Ping
Can you
Ping?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello everyone. My name is Piming Huang, and I'm from China. I'm a senior student, and I choose accounting because I think accounting is applicable and it is easier to find a job. And my hobby is riding bicycle and jumping ropes. Thank you.
Yang Yang. Yang Yang Jiang. Not here. Okay. Annie Lei.
Yes, I'm here. Hi everyone, I'm Annie. I'm a senior student, at San Francisco State, and I joined accounting because it was either that or join the medical field, and I'm not really good at the medical field.
Good. A good choice, by the way. You know, so you can't kill someone with the numbers, can you? Perhaps you can. Okay. All right. Amando. Amando? Oh yeah, Amando, you can't speak, right? Okay, okay. All right, so I know you're here. Thank you, Amando. Suting?
Hi, I'm Suting. I'm a junior student, and this is my second semester in SFSU because I transferred from CCSF, City College of San Francisco. I chose accounting because accounting is very straightforward, and I only need to deal with the data number, and I learn logically and analyze the data. And when after analyzing the data, I can give a very satisfied answer to my boss. Thank you so much.
Good. Jiaming?
Hi everyone. My name is Jiaming Liang. You can call me Carmen. And I'm interested for the business system, so I chose accounting for my major. This after this summer is my senior year, so maybe after graduation I will try to use 1 year to pass my CPA exam. My hobby is watch the movie. That's it. Thank you.
Good. Catherine Lin.
Oh, hello. I'm Catherine, and I originally was a general business major, but then I'm concentrating more on accounting because I think it's more of a demanding, stable job. So, yeah, I hope to be CPA certified around probably next summer, and my hobbies is just playing video games with friends.
Oh, what kind of games?
Oh, it ranges from PC games to playing like Animal Crossing to like PS4 and all that stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that. My daughter, she's like youngest. She's 10 years old, right? And she told me she want to be a streamer. She even practiced
too.
like when she plays, she practiced talking to herself. Yeah, I don't get it. She's really dedicated. Xiaoling, Liu Xiaoling.
Hi everyone, my name is Xiaoling and I'm senior and I'm gonna graduate in 2021. My hobby is watch some movie and hang out with my friends. Thank you.
Lai Shen.
Hi, my name is Lyson. I'm senior in San Francisco State University. My hobby is cocaine baking dessert.
Did I hear cocaine?
Yes, I like to cook, but the taste is not that good.
I'm joking. All right. So, look.
Oh, hi, my name is T-Look. I'm a rising junior at SF State. The reason why I chose accounting is because I think it's the foundation to understand the business operations, and also it's a very demanding and stable profession in the job market.
Mm-hmm.
My hobbies are to watch dramas and soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah.
So what team do you root for?
Barcelona, but I also watch Liverpool and Manchester.
Manchester? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How look?
Hi everyone. My name is Hualuk. I'm transfer student from CCF, and this is my second semester stay. So I like accounting because I think I like to like with the number. And my hobby is I think I like travel and hang out with friends.
Good.
That's all. Thanks.
All right. So GN.
Hi, my name is G-Ann. I am a senior. This is my last semester. Summer is my last semester, and I'm graduated. I chose accounting because it's either this or software to become a software engineer. I do plan on taking my CISA after taking 507 with you, Professor.
Mm-hmm.
My hobbies are I like playing video games. I play Overwatch competitively, and I stream on Twitch. So you can watch me there if you want.
Really? my son plays Overwatch too. You know, he's like, what misses that diamond?
It's his rank.
Yeah, like so. I don't really know, but yeah, I'll watch your stream. Okay, Anna Nguyen. Anna.
Hi, my name is Anna Nguyen. I'm a third year. I choose accounting because this was a stable job. You know, make my parents proud. I enjoy baking and watching dramas.
Okay, good. We have another Joshua here. Joshua?
Yes, sir. My name is Josh. I chose accounting because it's a safe major. I plan on joining the Air Force after as an officer, so that's where my next jump is. But I do want to do the CPA exam eventually, and then my hobbies are just going to the gym and playing video games.
Gabriella?
Hello everyone, I'm Gabriella. I'm going to be a senior this fall. I chose accounting for the job security. This is actually my second time at SF State. I attended my first year here, and then I went to community college, and now I'm back. I'm a mom of two. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, so I'm very busy during the day with them. I do a lot of my studying late at night. I'm into fitness and I like cooking.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, Ish.
Hey everyone, I'm Ish. I'm going to be a senior this semester. Well, I'm a senior this semester, and I chose accounting because of the stability and because I have some experience in some other fields, and accounting was the one that appealed to. It checked the most boxes for me, so it's a good fit, and I'm looking forward to starting my career.
Good. Go, Ralph.
Hey, how's it going, class? My name is Gaurav. One of my hobbies is riding motorcycles. I just bought a Yamaha 450, so it's really fun to ride. I'm a senior this semester. I'll be graduating. I used to be an alpha last semester, but not this semester. One fun fact: I'm Indian. And another thing is Hinduism has been called like the oldest religion. I'm Hindu. Why I chose accounting, I'm very passionate about it. Job security, I'm looking forward to becoming a CPA. But down the road though, I'll say about a year, probably 2 years. So yeah, that's about it.
You see, I always have questions like, how can you be passionate about accounting? It's it's an oxymoron kind of thing. It's like the accounting and passion, the two don't go with each other. It's like, I'm so dispassionate about accounting. Yeah, I could take that. Passionate about accounting.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me, especially like numbers and stuff. Where all the accounts are listing everything. It's very interesting to learn about.
Yes.
How to prepare tax returns. Yeah, especially you're going out and paying other people to prepare your own tax returns. You're paying twice the amount. You can do it at home for free.
I'm just breaking your legs.
But yeah.
Ray Stern.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Ray. I just finished my junior year. I'm pretty new to accounting, but I took a 100 class and loved it. I like numbers, so it kind of fit. I love animals. I don't know if you can see her, but there's my dog back there. It's one of my passions is dogs. They're great. Yeah.
Okay. 香花. Okay, not here. 吴香华. No.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, here. Oh, here. Karen. Okay.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Xianghua. You can call me Karen instead. Why I choose accounting? Actually, when I study in community college, my major is business administration because I think that's really easy to graduate. But they have overlap courses, financial accounting and managerial accounting, same as accounting major. And then after I study financial accounting, it's actually at that time I didn't look at the textbook at all, but I passed all the exam with an A. And then my professor asked me why you can pass all your exam without looking at the book, but just listen to the lectures. I say, I don't know, because I have some more talent with in science instead of with all the if you don't ask me to write anything, that will be okay for me. For math, for everything, I prefer to do calculus 2 for 10 more exercise instead of writing and short 500 essay.
You're gonna be disappointed. There's no number in this class. Trust me. Other than the 307, there's no number.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But still, so I know that accounting is not just numbers. You can still need to represent your ideas and why is that way to your customers, something like that. So
okay.
I'm on the way. I can't change it.
Okay. So Harold was skipped. Harold, did I
Yeah, I'm
skip
here.
you? Okay, good. Go ahead.
I'm a senior, and I chose accounting because my cousin's an accountant, and I like going to the gym on my free time. Yeah.
I remember you. You were like
Yeah.
hanging outside in the classroom. I remember you. Yeah. Okay. So Edward Xie.
Yes. Hello. Oops. Yeah. Uh, Hello, guys. My name is Edward. So, this is my senior in SFSA, and the reason that I chose accounting because I am good with numbers. Also, I could manage my own money and my parents' money in a good way to use them. And my hobby is playing video game also. I play PUBG and League of Legends. Yeah, that's all.
Good. All right. Chen Xi, Yang Chen Xi.
Hi, I'm here. Hi everyone. My name is Chen Xi. I'm from China. I will be senior this fall, and I choose accounting major because I think accounting is a profession offers job security and variety, and I want to be a CPA and work in the tax-related accounting field. I enjoy traveling, camping, gardening, watching movies, and playing video games.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Quanzhou. Yao Quanzhou.
Hi, class. Hi, class. My name is Quan Zhou Yao, and I live in China. I am a senior in SFA. I chose accounting because I want to be a accountant in the future. And also my passion is traveling. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Thank you. I think we have a hard time hearing you, but I think it's okay. Got the gist of it. Okay. Haonan. Zhang. Haonan. Is he here? Zhang Haonan? No. David Zhu.
Hi guys, my name is David. I'll be a senior in the fall 2020. Why I chose accounting was I like the job stability in the market, and it's a good pay. My hobbies are photography, fish keeping, and like aquaponics.
Okay, good. All right. So I guess Oscar is back, right? Oscar?
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody.
Let us know about yourself. Yeah.
My name is Oscar Centeno, and I chose accounting because it was either this or engineering, and I actually like accounting better.
Mhm.
And one of my hobbies is riding a motorcycle on my free time.
I love riding too. Gaurav knows that. I ride. I have a huge motorcycle. One day I'm going to show you. Like you just pop the camera out. And did you guys see my motorcycle? The 2300cc engine. Yeah, huge. Right. Let's try again. Eliza is not here, right? No. Jieying, Chen Jieying. No. Okay. Yunting. No. Okay. Voratit? No. Baolan? Guan Baolan? No. Yang? No. How about Haonan? No. Good. So I get most of you. So you see, to be honest, I have a tremendous amount of respect for you guys. Accounting is not easy. No, I just put it out there. No, it's not easy, and it is a boring subject to get into in the beginning. It's like you have to learn those journal entries, and try to memorize those cost of goods sold schedule, this, that, and there are a lot of rules to follow. It's not something that a young, 20-something, you should be partying, You should go out, get a few beers, go to some sorority party. No, other people are having fun and you're there cramming, trying to study. Oh, I gotta pass the CPO when I graduate. I gotta get an internship. Right. It's you see, so, but on the other hand, right, accounting, this career path is probably the safest. Once you get your CPA, the rest of your life is pretty much set. Really. There's not much to do after that. This is the type of career that actually gets easier down the road. Let's say software engineering. You have to continuously update your skill. And the higher you get, the harder it is. Because you will be meeting with more and more difficult challenges because you become more and more specialized. But accounting is a different story. Once you get into accounting, you pass the CPA exam, the job itself is not hard. Trust me, it's not hard. It's repetitive, right? And once you get into a firm for a few years, and your job become salesman, especially if you're in audit. You go on the golf, and most of the work are done by the junior guys. That's the career. But it's really hard in the beginning. So it's kind of like a reversed. You work a lot, right? In your college years. In the first year you graduate college, you're trying so hard to get a job, to get the CPA, while other people are partying, having fun. Right? Okay. But then, after you get a CPA, it's a completely different story. Right? It's smooth sailing from this point on. Right? But others still have to, oh my God, I have to change my job. Oh my God, I have to find, try to make my resume fit the job description. That's the common challenge to other career paths. But accounting doesn't really have that problem. The job, what we have, is pretty much set. Right? The only problem is that after you become a CPA, you're competing with other CPAs. Right? So, yes, the accounting career path is pretty stable, right? But it still requires you to dedicate yourself to find your niche. Right? Let's say you like games. Do you understand how game is developed? Right? Do you understand how to account for the games? Oh, let's say you like movies. Can you account for the movie development? Things like that. Right? Do you have your niche? And the other thing, one thing that I always tell my students, it is quite interesting that if you learn accounting, you can do anything in business, but not the other way around. Okay, if you learn business, you don't necessarily can do accounting because accounting is a specialized career. It requires designation, require a specialized study, and require discipline. Right? So that's why I have a lot of respect for all of you here. I didn't have that. I was screwing around when I was in university. I do this, I do that. I wanted the freedom. I wanted to. I was unlike some of the guys here. I want to do computer science. I want to do programming. I want to make games. I want to do other things. I didn't want to do accounting, because I know it's hard. I don't get the freedom, right? So, yeah, let me say that first. Yes, I do have a lot of respect for you, but it is not easy. And even for our school, okay, the CPA pass rate for San Francisco State University is already pretty good among CSUs. But even for our school, the pass rate is at 32-33%. So look to your left, look to your right. Only one of you can pass. 1 in 3. Is it gonna be you? I don't know, but you better try. Right. Okay. So I guess most of you did a very good job. So please make sure you upload this video. Okay, upload a self-intro video to the self-introduction forum so people can know you better. Nobody's memory is perfect, so I try to take notes from when you guys are introducing yourself, it is still very hard. So if it is something that you post there, and we can always go back to, that would be very nice. And the video is going to be part of your participation grade, right? So we'll come towards that. So make sure you do it. Right, so let's take a break and we'll come back to examine the state of current affairs. All right? Okay, let's come back 2:35. Is that good? Good. 2:35. See you later. Where's my dog? Really? Why? Because you want to use Genji? Yeah. What? How do they buff him? They increase his damage, so he get a new one-shot combo. He can cancel reflect, but maybe a last combo. They will fix his split. I think he's kind of overtuned. This damage creep, right? Because he's gonna destroy the game. Why we got nine? Huh? Why we got nine? Yeah. I think Myra got nerfed like a long time ago. Again? Huh? She got nerfed again. I'm gonna go talking to everyone now. 寒手干嘛 In what way? So seems like they're trying to make the game more technical. Yeah. So they give up that approach, everybody can play approach. Yeah. Everybody can play. What? Yeah, just started the first week. Yeah. Wang. Wang, come here. Wang. Mirude. Aho. Wang. 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 All right. All right, let's come back to class. Well, I had a very long day, you know. I started teaching 6 o'clock this morning. So I literally got out at 5, get my stuff ready. So my first session was 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then 10 to 1 and 1:15 to 5:15 this session. And after this, it's 6 to 10. I'm gonna break my own record teaching. What? How many hours? 8, 6, 14 hours of teaching, right, straight. On top of that, it's just a 1 hour, less than 1 hour break in between. So
Get that money, professor. Get that money.
they don't pay us that much teaching, really. Okay. All right, so I think about the state of current affairs, you know, right? So I guess some of you live in San Francisco, so you know, I guess the looting is real. It's pretty bad. Right, but that's not what we're going to examine. Instead, what we're looking at is, right, so up until a few months ago, business was really good in the Bay Area. Right? So news actually reported that they are running out of people to hire. There are more jobs than people in San Francisco. Okay? And a lot of those jobs are from the tech sector. Yeah, because the tech sector, the nature of it is that the customer of that sector is worldwide. It's not just United States customer alone. They're selling their service to the entire world. And there are only very, very few people that actually live in this area are able to support that this huge services that's being provided to the entire world. Okay? Yeah, of course, you know, some other countries have their own social media. Some other countries like China have their own tech. But nonetheless, you know, the business in California, especially in the Bay Area, was very good. But then this happened. We know it was more than just a sneeze, eh? I mean, guys probably remember immediately was this. And people start buying up tissues and whatnot. You know, it's like I saw a long line in front of the Costco near here in Danville. People are lined up to get the toilet tissue paper, and I was thinking, okay, if the coronavirus really hit, you know, I think there'll be more important thing in wiping your behind, right? Oh my God, I'm dying, but I got wipe. Yeah, but then this happened, shelter in place. So what does that mean to business when we institute shelter in place? What does that mean to accounting? What does that mean to business? It's a drastic reduction of economic activities. Okay? And yes, most of you are correct. The accounting is a very, very stable job, and you're right. Every business, every organization, as long as they deal with transactions, it will need accounting. Okay? And you guys know that even the terrorists, yeah, they use accounting as well. And how do they find those like Al-Qaeda guys is by tracking their receipts? Because those Al-Qaeda guys, I don't know, for whatever reasons, they're really, really hot on keeping receipts and tracking their spending. Yeah, even then, need accountants. Drug lord, of course they need accountants, right? So it is true that every business need accounting, but at the end of the day, the accounting function or the accounting role is not a cash generating role. We don't make money. We don't make widgets, right? Other than accounting firms, their core product services and accounting services. But for the ordinary industries, the accounting is only a supporting role. We don't make money for the company, right? We're just trying to support those people make money. And so, yes, when there's an economic downturn, right, there are still demands for accountants, but the problem is that the demand for the accountants will be drastically reduced, not like before. right? Because now, most likely what they will hire is somebody who's able to make it kill, make sales, even in this period of time, right? So this is what we're seeing right now. The jobless claim has already passed 40 million people. 40. That's Americans' population is like what, 400 million, right? About, give and take, 400 million. So 1 in 10 is filing jobless claim. And actually what they see is 1 in 4 American workers have filed for unemployment benefit during this pandemic. Okay, so the economy is not moving. So if there's no transactions, if there's no economic activities, that means there's less demand for an accountant, for the services that we provide, right? It is really true, right? But even under this certain situation, okay, without thinking about the pandemic, let's examine things, let's take things back a little bit, right? We see that, oh my God, yeah, there are more jobs than people in this Bay Area. But if we have to ask, was the business really good before this pandemic? It's not necessarily so. Look at this. Just right before the pandemic hit, Forever 21 is gone. They went belly up. My daughter was very upset. Oh no! Forever 21, no! It should be there forever. No. Nothing lasts forever. Sears went belly up right before this whole thing. And the Sears went belly up is a very significant thing because Sears is one of those institutions that existed way before, even before the Great Depression. Right? They survived the Great Depression all the way till now. Right? You know what happened? You really have to think, you know, what happened to make this institution disappear? Right? No longer able to survive. I thought business was good. Really, what happened? Right? Sears, it used to be that you'll be able to build your entire American dream in Sears. Go there, get a Kenmore washer, right? Get this and get that. Everything you need is in Sears. No longer the case. Toys R Us, gone. Barney's New York, gone. This all happened before the pandemic. It has nothing to do with the pandemic at all. Payless Shoes, gone. Some of you remember this, right? Any of you grow up with Payless Shoes? Raise your hand. Did you grow up with Payless Shoes? Yeah. Yeah, when you go to the mall, it's like, okay, give you a $15 pair. That's about it. Yeah, many of the students grow up with this. Gone. How? Blockbuster? Yeah, they're gone way before all this. Right? Jamboree? Yeah. Any of you remember Jamboree? Yeah. When I was in Canada, right, we loved Jamboree. We used to drive all the way from Canada down to New York just to go to the Jamboree outlet store. You know, because both of my daughters grew up on Jamboree clothes. Very nice, good quality, but gone. Okay. Borders, gone. Yeah. So, you see, the business aren't really that good, and something happened, something changed. Right? To make all these retail business not able to survive, not able to protect their revenue. Right? So they are no longer able to compete. And now it's even worse. Let's examine the new RIP. Do you guys know this, Dean and DeLuca? The rich people's lunch pack. Yeah, very expensive lunch. Dean and DeLuca. Hertz, gone. Just, I think the last month. J.C. Penney, gone. Yeah? And J. Crew, gone. Yeah, they're more than this. Right. So really, you see, you know, when we think about the accounting profession, we used to have this image, oh yeah, the accounting profession, they are bean keepers. Right, and we track transactions using book, we write things down, we punch those numbers on the 10 key, and this 12 was there. Right? But with the introduction of this computer, personal computer. This is a very old one. It's called the Lisa. You guys know Lisa? The Steve Jobs' daughter's name, Lisa. He named the first Apple computer Lisa, but people said he spent more time with this Lisa than the actual Lisa. Yeah, that's him. And with this, okay, it changed the accounting profession. Right at that time, people used to think, with a spreadsheet, why do we need accountant? We don't need somebody like that anymore. We have computers to help us do the calculation. The accounting profession is gonna die. That indeed was what happened during the 80s. People think, no, we don't need accountants anymore. Why would we need somebody to just punch the number into the 10 key? Why do we need someone to calculate that? We have spreadsheet, we have computers. No, but the accounting profession actually changed and evolved, right? We become the type of person to actually use computer to help us understand, to help us to interpret accounting transaction on a much higher level. Now, okay, we can control, we can manage, okay, we can forecast, right? The accounting information much better than it before. And now, because of all the pandemic happening and all this coronavirus, we know something else is changing again. We start to work from home, right? And which relies greatly on what? The interaction with an information system. Okay? So it will continue to evolve. And a lot of times like people saying, okay, how about AI? If AI comes, we won't need accounting anymore. Guess what? They still need a budget to make that AI. And that's when accounting come into play. How much budget are you gonna give the AI to spend? That would be probably a human decision still. It's quite interesting if we think about all this. But with the introduction of a technology, spreadsheet, computer, internet, something indeed changed. Right? Something indeed is very different than your typical accountant. So we start to ask the question, I really want you to ask yourself, do you still want to be an accountant facing all this change? Yeah, somebody like this, right? CPA, numbers and dollars, bruh. Yeah, that's what CPA, I want to be a CPA. Is that what you want? Yeah. The new reality of the accounting profession is here. Tech. It's unavoidable, right? A lot of people ask, who does journal entries anymore? We have computers. In some sense, it is true that we are using computer to help us collect accounting information, right? Okay, computers will automatically store all accounting transactions in there. We don't need to write it down manually. We type it into the computer and we keep it in there for us. And we can manipulate the number by adding things up, by drag this number here, summarize them, right? Okay, and to print reports from all this numbers stored in the computer, right? And then the computer has all the formula and it will calculate all the stuff, right? And the computer will generate the report that we ever needed, and then do TurboTax, one word. Yeah, TurboTax. So you see, questions still exist, right? So who still need an accountant? You ask yourself, right? If this is all true, right, then what kind of accountant are you going to be? Right? Now, what is accountancy? With the change in the business, now we're seeing things very differently, right? The prevalence use of information technology not just change us at accounting, because it also changed the business. Hey, look at this. Anybody go to this here? The Amazon Go store? You know, been there? On California Street? Yeah, so apparently you can just go in the store and grab something off the shelf, right? And there are a million cameras and sensors on top of you, over here, right? They will immediately recognize, okay, the things you grab is $3.99, and you walk out to this gateway here, this gate here, and you'll be charged right away, right? So is cashless, humanless, right? You don't need any sales clerk to be there to complete a transaction. Right? So from the accountant's perspective, oh my God, it's really different, right? So how we track the costing information, how we track the inventory, okay? It's completely going to be very, very different in this system. How we track sales is going to be different. So you see, when things like this, when tech changed the business, when tech changed the nature of the transaction, right? Then the accountants have to think, under these circumstances, how do we recognize the revenue? Okay, do you recognize the revenue the moment when the person walk out of the store? Most likely, because at that point, when the person walk out of the store, the responsibility of the goods change hands, right? Now is the responsibility of the person who holds that things that you own it, right? You have to pay now, right? But if we think a little bit deeper about this Amazon Go store, what do you take that very same item and walk back to the store? Does that constitute as a return? We don't know, right? If you walked out again, will you get double charged? Right? Oh, but if that's the case, that you walk back into the store, you put it back to the store shelf, is that considered acceptable resale of used goods? Right? A lot of things like food items, even you didn't open the package, you can't simply put back into the shelf. That has to go into the garbage can, regardless, even if you didn't open it. So do they have control for that? No. How do they control waste and spoilage in this scenario? Right? It's different. Right? So things, yes, it changed business. Right? But with all this change, probably accountants have a more different role, have an evolved role to think, how are we going to handle transactions differently, right? How are we going to handle the relationship with the customer or relationship with the supplier differently? So it's no longer you're looking at a bunch of journal entries, right? To put information into the journal entry and just tallying it up and run the trial balance and here's the income statement. No, because the income generating process is going to be different. How about this? Oh, shoot, wrong key. How about this? Uber. Okay, Uber also changed the business quite a bit, right? If you think back, what's the difference between Uber and the taxi industry? You think about it, right? The taxi industry have a lot of drivers, right? And they have their own network. They can communicate with each other. They can find out who the ride hailer is, right? And they can talk to each other to get to the customer at that spot. But from the accounting perspective, is almost entirely different. How? Let's think about it. And let me call one of you. Okay, Ray, what do you think? What's the difference, accounting-wise, between Uber and the taxi industry?
Well, I know Uber, it's more reliant on smartphones than compared to taxis.
Yeah, that's one difference. But from accounting perspective, how does it differ?
The way that the drivers are paid?
Yeah, that's one big one, right? When you pay the taxi driver, what do you do? The transaction is going through the taxi driver, right? And taxi driver collects the money, bring back to their, I think, union or taxi group or to the company. But with Uber, who do you pay?
Professor?
You pay Uber, right?
Yeah, does Uber even pay employees? They don't have like employees, right? It's all freelance.
Yes, it's all freelance. Yeah, and that's similar to taxi industry. Taxi also consider every driver as a freelance. No, not necessarily a the employee per se, but how the cash is handled, how the transaction is handled is completely different. Okay, so now with the taxi industry, okay, so you recognize the revenue when, as a driver, okay, I can collect the money and then I give back, okay, my taxi union certain cuts. But with Uber is the other way around, right? Oh, I don't get the freedom of doing that. And if I drive, I'm waiting for the money to get to me. But guess what? It's I don't need to handle paper. I don't need to worry about the credit card, right? So even though the essence of the service is the same, but because of the technology, right, it changed how the accounting aspect is handled, right? How people are getting paid, right? How cash is being collected, right? And how this the how the company is going to structure with their cost, right? For example, when Uber just came out, right, taxi industry had a lot more money than Uber. The secret of Uber is that they're using a phone, which who developed Android and Apple developed that phone, right? Okay, the technology, the GPS, the government should the satellite up. The GPS signal is freely available to everyone with a little bit delay, right? So Uber's technology is only matching this call hailer's GPS signal to the driver's GPS signal and calculate how close they are and find a map, pin path to get to the person. That's it. That's the technology. You know, it's not breakthrough technology, so therefore it's very easy for Lyft, right, to copy that technology and have something very similar to Uber, right? But on the other hand, taxi industry completely fallen behind, right? Yes, the taxi industry could also get on top of this because the technology has no barrier, right? They had the money to do that. But one big difference with all this is the ability to launder money in the taxi industry. Do you guys know that? No. A lot of the taxi industry, they are setting up a shady business to launder money. Yeah, it's actually true. You know, that's why the Trumps, the original whoever, the Michael Cohen, right? That lawyer, that shady lawyer, he owns the taxi industry because that taxi industry, and if you have a fleet of taxi, it's very, very difficult to track cash. It's usually used as a money launder operation. Now you know. How about this? Oh. Do you guys know this girl? Her name is, I think, LD Shadow Lady. Right. So my daughter was very young, so she follows her religiously. And all this girl do is play Minecraft on YouTube. That's it. And she had 5.7 million followers. You know, and not just that, there are influencers on Instagram, right? There are different kind of social media services now we provide, right? So you see, people like that, they provide service, they provide goods, you know, on a very different platform. Now they can just write a tweet, take a picture with a product, and get paid, right? But do they need an accountant? Of course they do. Do they need to account for their cost and their liabilities? Of course they do. So what we're seeing here right now is that tech has changed business transactions. Tech has changed how business is conducted. And how those businesses are conducted has also changed the nature of accountancy. Right? There are more complicated transactions, more creative transactions today we have to worry about. Right? It's not just the brick and mortars like before anymore, like those failed business earlier we saw. It's too far away to get to there. Let's just go there. It's not like JCPenney. It's not like Sears, right? Because now we understand there are different ways to siphon the customer's money into, okay, the business owner. The business owner can be somebody who has nothing, right? Just plays game on the internet. That's all. And she became a millionaire before she's even 18. Oh, it's much better than I want to have a life like that. I just play games on the YouTube all day long and be a millionaire. Wow, nice. Right. So we really have to think today, especially with this class, is what is accountancy with technology really is. You know, is it bookkeeping? Well, how do we do bookkeeping? Is it budgeting? And with the technology, how do we do budgeting? Yeah, in the old days, we didn't really think, let's just pull a number out of the hat. And the last year budget and times 1.1 or 1.12 with the inflation, right? Or different services. But now, you know, with AI, you know, computer may be much smarter to determine how much budget should be set with a particular department, for a particular movie, for a particular job, right? We probably be able to analyze the cost much better because we have more sophisticated calculation system to see the optimal cost, right, for a, let's say, iPhone to source from Samsung or source from TSMC or source from different area. How do we do that, right? How about making financial statements, right? The old way we have to use to, the accountants have to manually run the trial balance to get all the journal entries out, right? Okay, and then sum up together and it finally get to an income statement. Right now, you know, it's as easy as press a button, you can get an income statement. How do we do disclosure differently? You see, things like that, has changed our career. You know, so it is really important for new accountants like you, right, to understand, to really get in touch with tech, to see, okay, as an accountant, right, how do I see these new transactions? How do I handle these new transactions? How do I budget for an influencer, right? How do I schedule a job for an influencer? Things like that. They all can happen, right? Okay, so if you think about what's the purpose of accounting with tech, right? Making money, manage cost, right? Think how it's going to be different. What does it affect us? Right. So at the end of the day, if we think about it, with an institute expectation, what do you want the CPA to be? Because you see, the CPA exam is what we call a competency-based exam. It tests you to see if you are competent enough. The key word here is competent, right? Are you competent enough, right, to perform the task as well as a practicing CPA? Okay, if you are, that means you can be a CPA. You are just as good as the CPA over down there, yeah, across the street. Okay, so when it comes to competency-based exam or testing for competency, the institute really want to know is, okay, are you good enough? So with regards to the institute expectation, it's hard to say it in words, you know. So I was just going to show you pictures like this. You know, you guys know this, right? The little hungry dog. I'm so hungry. WWJD. So what is WWJD? You guys know?
What would
Jesus do, right? And what I want you to think is this. What would accountants do? Right. If you see tag, you walk on the street. Right. Next time you go shopping, you get a loyalty card. Think like an accountant. What would an accountant do? What would an accountant do with a loyalty program? Yeah. If you go out, get a coffee, buy something, use your phone. Think about it. What would an accountant do? Right. What is the accounting function in this whole thing? Right. Because you see, at the end of the day, a computer programmer does not understand accounting. No. Okay. A graphic designer, a web designer does not understand accounting. Okay. The accounting transactions that is in the app, on the website, okay, still need us accountants to handle. Right? But how do we work with them? How do we work the IT guys, let's say design the website, okay, to manage the items in the shopping cart, to make sure people get paid, the goods gets ordered, customer gets delivered, right? And at the end of the day, we make money. See, those are not the web designer's job. They are accountant's job. So change your mindset a bit, right? Yes, I understand that you want to be an accountant, and the first priority is passing the CPA exam, right? But think like this. As soon as you pass the CPA exam, you'll be interviewing against other CPAs. Okay? And you have to stand out, right? And especially in the Bay Area, right, the ability to understand technology, to interact with IT guys is going to be very, very important. Right? That's going to define your career. Okay. So, CPA, the institute inspection is actually exhibit the reasonable level of competency, right, when it comes to understand and the management report needs and systems in terms of the collecting, processing, and presenting accounting information using IT. Are you able to do that? Okay. And assess the entity's risk in accounting information system. So say, you're using a new accounting information system such as Uber's, right, to track customers' movement, because you need the customer's movement to determine whether the customer has indeed arrived at their destination and how long has it traveled in order to charge them, right? So is there a risk involved in there? Yes, of course. You risk divulging the customer privacy information, and on top of that, the customer's real-time movement, right? With this type of information in your hand. And guess what? Uber did get hacked to the tune of 85 million customer data, their address, the rides that they take, their credit card, they were stolen. Yeah. And this was Uber way back when, before Uber went public. Right? So what they did is, you guys know what Uber did? Take a guess. Take a guess what Uber did in this scenario.
They pay?
Yeah, they paid the hacker. Yeah, the hacker called Uber up and said, hey, no, I got 85 million records of your customers' data. If you don't pay me, I'm going to release them. I'm going to say I hacked them, and I'm going to leak all this data online. And Uber, instead of working with the FBI, they just pay those hackers. And in the end, a whistleblower leaked all this out. Yeah. And they only punished two guys, two very low-level guys in this incident. But all in the same time, we know this type of decision was made very high up. Right, so that's one prime example. If you're engaged in new type of accounting information system, deal with a new type of data, are you able to manage the risk associated with it? Right? And then evaluate the accounting information system and include its related processes. That's what the Institute wants out of you. So if we take a look at the accounting transaction in the we call it AIS map, you see something like this. All these arrows here, okay, they represent a flow of accounting information, right? It may be R&D with investing. It may be the payroll flow to staff, right? It may be the costing information goes to the marketing information. It may be the customer pays the sales and the receivable functions, and then we get recorded as revenue. You see, all these are the type of information can be managed by accounting information system, can be managed by the computer, right? It may have the blue line here is the process of accounting information system. You may take all these transactions, right, and process it one way or another, right? And then the red line represents the output of accounting information system. Once you get all this data, right, you may output it to the CIA to pay tax. Okay, you may output it to, no, not CIA. That's a Canadian thing. I'm sorry. I'm a Canadian citizen, so I still make this mistake. The IRS. Okay, you may output the information to SEC. Okay, you may output the information to your board of directors. Right, but of course, the information output to board of directors would be very, very different from the information that you output to the SEC or output to the public. Right? Okay. So you probably have more information for the board of directors so they can make relevant decisions based on the information that you presented. So all these that you see here can be an AIS, right? As long as it handles accounting information system, right? Okay, so when did we start? Our class started 1:15, right? Right? 1:15. So I think it's time for another break. Let's come back at 3:20. Is that okay? And when we come back, we'll look at the syllabus and to see what we really have to do for the class. I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten proper since like 6 o'clock in the morning. I need to eat. I'm hungry. I don't know. No. Quesadilla, choray. Two, please. One, Yeah, my master is really young. I don't want the student don't respond. Canadian students shy for that. I think so. American students easy more active. 啊，醉呢。 Oh shoot. Hmm. Hmm? What? Well, I don't have a time. My class starts at 3 minutes. 2 minutes. All right, back to class. Okay, everybody's back. We're still missing a few people, right? Take a look. All right, let's try. Rules again. Is Eliza finally showed up yet? No? No Eliza? How about Jie-Ying? Chen Jie-Ying? No. Yunting? Chou Yunting? No. Boratit? No. Baolan? No. Yang Yang? No. Hao Nan? No. Okay, so guess they'll be dropped from the course. Right, let's come back. Look at the syllabus. First, we want to take a look is it's not sliding. It's the textbook. So we're using this Accounting Information System, the 3rd edition textbook, right? And you should be able to purchase it through the publisher directly. And I think if you purchase that McGraw-Hill, just the Connect code, you'll be able to use the digital textbook, right? But I think some of you are still using the trial package. The trial package only lasts as long as, let's say, 2 weeks, I think. It's not going to be long enough for you to handle the later homework assignment and the final exam. So you really have to purchase the textbook. So with that, we will use the McGraw-Hill Connect site. Okay, it looks something like this. And when the assignment is ready, you will see it pop up here. And the first assignment will be released next week, very early, right? And you will have 1 week to do the assignment. And after that, you have 2 more assignments due that use McGraw-Hill to do that. And the assignment is a good chance for you to get the grade because I allow unlimited attempts for you to do that. You can do literally till the point that you get 100% on that assignment, right? And then the digital textbook is right there. So a lot of times it's just Control F, right? You know Control F, right? Just find the right paragraph in the textbook. Yes, you can do that. You can use that to earn the mark that you need. And a lot of times that my habit is that the final exams, there will at least some question, same as the midterm, same as the homework assignment questions. There will be some questions from there. Not all, some. But do your assignments by yourself or work in a group, it's fine, right? But at least that you make sure you really understand the questions and you can answer it later down the road, right? Okay, so the class policies, as you know, this is an online only, fast-tracked summer course where we're literally cramming 16-week content into a 5-week period. If you take out the final exam, it's only 4 weeks. So in regular semesters, you go through about 1 chapter a week, right? So very leisurely pace. But with the summer courses, you are going through 4 chapters a week. Right? And so you need to commit to this class almost 100%, right? If not more. This is not a time to take a break. It's summer class. It's not the type of summer class offered by the community college. You can just slide by. It's not. This is a university level course, right? And you pay good money for this course. No, don't let it go to waste. No. Right. So assignments and exams will be completed using McGraw-Hill Connect. I already emphasized that earlier. And course is delivered through Zoom meeting in scheduled class time. Attendance is mandatory. I do not usually ask for mandatory attendance for regular semester classes, but since summer class, there's so much to be covered within 1 full hour session. You really cannot miss any of them. If you have to miss a class, let me know. Okay? So I'm aware of that you're missing class, and then always make sure that you let your group member know, because every day when we go through a class, I will go through the element of how to make an AIS. If you are not here, you probably won't know, right? How to do a particular module, right? And then your teammates will have to cover you. Right? So if you cannot show up, that's fine. Just pick up your phone, call your teammates, text them, let me know. That's all, right? I don't believe that some students, it's like, oh yeah, I got a code, and I got a code, I can't even texting my friends. It's unlikely, unless you get into some really bad accident, right? But you were still able to use your phone, and if you are able to use your phone, you're able to text me. At least inform your teammates or inform me that you are unable to show up. Okay, that's at least you can do, right? You must enable video camera in Zoom meeting during class time. And if you are unable to meet the terms of the class, consider withdraw from the class. Okay, because it's going to be tough. Let me just say it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of work. If you are not ready to commit, don't. Do it in another time. Okay, don't waste your money. Right? Don't take the chance. It's going to be fine. I will just slide by. Don't do that. Because you see, the accounting career path is one of the few career left that still look at students' transcript. Okay, and in this tech town, and you see that your accounting information system didn't get a very good grade, people gonna see. I don't know. We probably need someone who understands accounting information system better. This is, at the end of the day, Bay Area. Well, make the decision. If you want to drop the class, it's fine. I don't take offense to that. But you have to gauge your own ability to learn, how busy you will be. And if you are taking both of my summer classes, my 307, my 305, think carefully. Are you really ready to commit? 200%. Because one class I ask for 100, two classes will be 200, man. Okay, so the purpose and format of this class is, first, I want you to be able to understand the principle of AIS. Okay, this is usually covered in the first 2 hours of each week's lecture. What AIS is, what database is. Okay, and then the second objective is to train you to have the ability to plan, design, or acquire an AIS. Right? And that is usually covered in the second 2 hours. So you will learn how to do that. Okay, and it's not just I give you the group project and then let you, swim. Right? No, I'm actually gonna walk you through the entire process of this plan, design, and acquire. Right? It's usually covered in the second hour of each week's lecture. And then the third one is what I call the portfolio approach. You're gonna put everything that you do together week after week or day after day as a portfolio. Right? And that will showcase your ability to design an actual AI system. So when you are going out there at a job interview, most of the time, the employer will ask you, what did you learn in your accounting courses? They will always ask these questions, right? What have you accomplished? What accounting course that interests you the most? Right? If you can, not just this class, if you can summarize, okay, I learned a lot in audit. This is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do. You will be able to impress the employer. And for AIS, it's the same thing, right? If you are able to put together a package, a portfolio, right, that you actually plan, design an accounting information system, right, it would be quite impressive. Right? Some of my students take 507. You know what they did? They actually conducted an information system audit in a real organization. They actually did that. They planned the audit, they executed the audit, and then they present the audit evidence to the entire class. Some students found they work in Seagate, that the big technology company. They actually conduct an audit in Seagate. It's quite impressive, a thing to show in resume. And same thing here. You'll be able to construct a portfolio. Right? You'll be able to tell the employer, not only you did this portfolio, you did it online, right? You did it remotely. You work with your group using Zoom, right? In different locations, and on top of that, you present it, right, to the entire class remotely. Right. So the approach is this: you will have handouts. I will usually do that for each class. Starting from next course, you will see a handout. You can use that handout as a study guide, okay, or you can use that handout to write down your notes. Okay. And exam questions will be based on the slides, the handout, and the reading assignment from the textbook. Okay? And the reading assignment is just from the course schedule. You will see the chapters. It's very easy. It's not very hard. Okay. And the group project, we're going to take a modular approach. What that means is that you would be doing this class after class. Right? After you do it, you complete a module. Right? And in the midterm time, you will turn in everything that you've done up till that point. That will be your midterm module. Right? And I will be able to evaluate your midterm module. That you can make an improvement on it. And the final is just the compilation of everything that you've done up until the final module, and then combine it together, put the table of content, executive summary, and that's it, right? So if you keep up with the work every class and communicate with your team member and do it all together, you'll be fine, right? It is not the type of group project that just a week before final and everybody try to crunch. No, it's not like that. You do it with the class. Now consider it, this kind of is the after class exercise, right? After class, let's stay for an extra hour, figure things out, how to do this, like communicate with your teammates. So you won't be devoting extra time, try to get this done, or try to crunch at the last hour. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. So for the exam, both, oh no, not the big term, we only have one exam, I'm sorry. The final exams are monitored through Zoom meeting using your phone or your computer. Okay, so when you are taking the exam, right, I just need to see what you're doing, because we have received reports that students communicate with each other using their phone, right, during the exam time. No, that cannot happen. The exam is indeed open book, open note. But
I have a question, Professor.
Yes. Yeah.
So specifically using our phone for the Zoom meeting and not our laptops, or
either way.
Either way, okay.
I don't really care. As long as I can see that you are doing the exam, right? That you are not talking to someone or chatting, it's gonna be fine. The exam is gonna be open book and open note, but don't think that it's easy, because a lot of times when we tell students it's gonna be an open book exam, you know what usually happen? Students study during the exam. Not before the exam. Yeah, it's open book. I can study during the exam. No. You're not going to have enough time to find everything in the textbook. No. So don't do that. Even though it's open book, open note, that meant as a reference, right? Something that, I really don't know. No, I know somewhere that I read it. I know which chapter, right? Okay, so I can look it up very quickly, right? But it's not meant to be that I don't need to study at all, and I'll just look it up in the book when the exam comes. No, don't do it that way. Trust me, don't. Right? So last thing, the exams are not group work. You are required to complete the exam yourself. Okay, I'm a big advocate for students working in a group. I don't even mind you do your assignment in a group. No, help each other out. It's fine, right? But not the exam. you have to complete the exam yourself. Okay, don't communicate with the other students during the exam. Good. So the group project. Okay. We already know that you're going to plan, design, and acquire an AIS system, and each task in this process will be covered in lecture in the third hour, right? So you are evaluated by the effectiveness of the AIS design against the business problem. So if you say that our business problem is managing cost, so we're going to design a cost management AIS system, okay? And I'm going to see how your AIS can really address that issue that you claimed, okay? That's how the group project is going to be evaluated. And I think most of you already know that the group assignments already published online, right? And it seems like I will have to make some adjustments because I think it's okay, except for group 2. Group 2, only 2 of you show up out of 5. So I will have to break up group 2 and put you guys somewhere else. But other group, like group 1, you have 4. Group 4 have 4 students, and group 8 have 4 students. So I'm going to break up group 2 to either group 1, group 3, group 4, or group 8. Okay, so you don't need to worry about it. The group assignment is already done, and I just need to have to reassign the people in group 2. Oh, where am I? Okay, so the final presentation is that at the end of the course, you present your AIS to the class through Zoom meeting, right? And we did it already in the spring semester. It's quite successful. Students are still able to do that over Zoom meeting. And usually it's like, it's kind of passing the baton. On the slide, student will write, next slide will be presented by whomever, right? So we can pass the baton to the next students quite smoothly that way. Right? It's going to be a learning experience, but it's something that we will have to do in the future regardless. So do it here. So the group modules, there will be 4 modules, contain the common tasks in planning and design of AIS. And what we'll do it, like I said earlier, we will do it every class. Each class will be covered, each task will be covered in the lecture, right? And you will always have the opportunity to work with your group every class. Then the last thing with the group module is there should be no freeloaders. We all hate freeloaders, right? In a group project. Yeah. And a lot of times that people say, oh, I hate group project because there's always freeloaders and all that. Okay, so there are several designs that I do to try to reduce or mitigate this issue. So the group project, your mark is going to be adjusted by your peer evaluation. Let me show you how that works. Just get my things here. Hold on. Okay. So we are seeing a Excel spreadsheet here. If we were going to evaluate each person, let's say name, participation, no, okay. And let's say John D, Jane E, Amy H, okay, Bobby W, and Michael D. Right. So let's say I am John D, and I'm the freeloader, and I evaluate myself to be 10 and everybody else 0. It's all me. It's all me. But in reality, John D is actually the freeloader. So what happens when we combine other people's evaluation result is we will see Jane E over here, Amy's evaluation, Bobby's, we tally everything up, Michael. We will see that something different happened here. Right, so if we tally things up, what did you guys see? The result is still shown, but I'm still able to find out that John D is the freeloader because based on everybody's result, when tally up together, it's easy for me to see that John D is the freeloader. It doesn't really matter when John D give everybody 0 but himself, right? Okay, when you tally things up, okay, you see the truth. Okay, so I've been doing it in this way. There are always freeloaders in a group, but freeloaders will not get by easily when every assignment you do, presentation you do, that you have the chance to evaluate your peers. And this is done anonymously, right? You just turn in, okay, and evaluate everybody in your team. And when I tally things up, I will be able to see, okay, who is performing and who is not. Okay, and then on top of that, if your name does not appear on the assignment, let me say somebody is really problematic, did not ever show up to any group meeting, did not contribute at all, guess what? Don't put his name on the assignment. Don't. You know, and he will not receive any mark at all, just 0. If he makes no attempt to help you in the group project, to participate, didn't even make the attempt to work out the presentation with you guys, just don't put his name on it or her name on it, and automatically that I won't be able to give that person a mark, okay? And that will be an automatic 0. All right, and you will always have the opportunity to communicate with me. So if there's a problematic student, I will reach out. Like immediately after today, I'm gonna reach out to the student and say, okay, you didn't show up in the first class, I'm gonna drop you, right? Okay, so that's just the nature of the things. You see, you know, I understand that a lot of students hate group project, but you have to understand one thing about the accounting industry, is that no accountants work alone, none. It is a group work by nature. No matter how big a company or how small the company, the accounting career path, it requires you to work with other people. You have to interact with a group of accountants, or you have to deal with HR people, you have to deal with the sales people, you have to deal with the marketing people. You work in a group. There's no such thing as a lone accountant. None. Right? Even if you have your own practice, you still have to deal with your clients and sometimes the client's employees. You still work in a group, right? So get used to the idea that in a group, from time to time, you will have to cover someone. Right? Not everyone is perfect, none. But the ability to cover someone, right, to make sure that your group still perform well, even though there's a freeloader, right? That's a skill you will have to learn. Because at the end of the day, you don't want someone to destroy your whole work. You read it, okay, guess what? You know, you don't want to do it, fine. No, I will let the boss know that doing the work, but I'm not gonna let you wreck the work because you don't participate. Right? Okay? Try to think that way. All right, so last thing for this hour I want to cover is the professionalism of accountancy. You see, the accounting is a serious profession. Okay. Why? Because accountants have a type of duty what we call is the fiduciary duty. You know what I mean? Fiduciary duty? That means we manage money. Okay? We manage other people's money, other people's fund. So would you give your money to let some kid get an F in 509, 508? You know, 509, it's like personal tax, right? F, personal tax. No, I'm not gonna let you do my tax. You can't even pass the tax class, right? So you have to understand that this career path has a strict requirement of professionalism. Right? You have to walk right. You have to talk right. Yes, you can joke from time to time, like me, I joke all the time, but when it comes time to be serious, you have to know what to do. And from now on, you should start practice being one, right? Know when to be serious, right? Okay, know how to interact with people professionally, seriously, all right? Then the next one I want you guys to know is the new norm. Okay, a lot of people are scared about this whole pandemic, but one thing that I have to share with you, a little secret of the industry, is that they always see economic downturn as a chance to purge the headcounts. If there's an economic downturn and my business, okay, I can survive. You know what business will always do? They will take this opportunity to fire people, to reduce their headcount. Because why not? Right? It is so hard to fire people in these days. So chances like this, big coronavirus, great. I'm going to fire a third of them. And usually they do it this way. No, why not? If I keep them on staff, then my business perhaps cannot survive, right? And if I keep them on staff, they probably may not be able, right, to overcome this coronavirus pandemic and then become the new type of employee that I want, right? So you have to think about what the new norm is going to be, more aggressive than ever before, because you see, from this point on, the employee is going to look for people with a different skill set. Right? Are you able to do things better than other people in terms of communicating online, right? In terms of being able to work effectively online, being productively, work remotely. That's what they're looking for. So guess what? In your job interview next year or so, they're gonna ask you, how did you get by in school during coronavirus? Oh, that's not a casual question, I guarantee you. They try to prod you to see how you did do. And then you said, oh no, I was so bored at home. I hate it, but guess what? We get by. No. They are really trying to prod you to see how did you do. Are you gonna be a candidate that can actually take the new norm? So be very careful, right, with what you say from this point on with regards to this shelter in place order. Right. So the last idea is I want you to think the idea. See, when you're looking for a job, the employers, when they come to us, when they start looking for a job, it's not an easy thing to do. You have to go through literally hundreds of resumes. Hundreds. It's so easy to send a resume. I'll just copy, send. Yeah. So oftentimes the employees, their inbox are full of resumes. Right? So if they have to cipher through 200 resumes, 300 resumes, it becomes a chore. Right? Who's going to be the good one? I don't know this and that. And let me let you in on another thing. The accounting students' resume are very similar. They all look very similar. You take similar classes. You have a 1-2 job experience. You work a target, a team. What do you call that? A team member. Yeah, that's what they call it, right? Target team member. Right, and then you're probably a very good student, a little bit shy, but goody two shoes. Right. Because most of the accounting students are like that. And so it really is an art for those recruiters that they can distinguish one resume to the next. And that's what we call it here, the low-hanging fruit. Right? Are you going to be the low-hanging fruit? Easy for the picking. Right? So how do you make yourself a low-hanging fruit when you're on the job market? Okay? That would be something you need to consider. Right? You can present yourself quite nicely, and you know how to talk to people. Right? You know how to do online meetings and things like that. And certainly you become a low-hanging fruit. Right? Instead of the one that they have to, if they, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I hope that recruiter come to talk to me. Nah, I'm so shy, I don't want to talk to that person. Come to talk to me. No, it doesn't work that way. You are a job seeker, you go seek job, right? Okay. So let's come back and let's take a break. Give me, I think 10 minutes is enough for me. I'm just gonna get something to eat. I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything since 6 o'clock this morning.
Wait, can I get food too? Can we make it 15 minutes?
Yeah, let's do 15 will give us till when? 10, 4, 10. Let's come back 4:10. How's that? Perfect. So we can get something to eat, every one of us. 4:10. Let's do 4:15. I'm really hungry. I have to eat something. 4:15. Right. See you guys. 4:15, eh? Oh my God, I taught it for 14 hours. You know, I've been teaching since 6 o'clock. No, that's nice. Oh my God. All right, I'm back. Are you guys back? Yeah, hi. Right, so in this hour, our last hour, okay, we're gonna go through some examples, prior examples, other students' work. I cannot show you the whole thing, of course, but I can go through those examples to you to show you what other students have done in the past, and perhaps I will give you some idea what kind of accounting information system you can explore, right? So, get my clicker. So let's explore the world of AIS. We're seeing the map like this, right? So we sort of have the idea that we understand AIS is used to collect, process, and present accounting information system. And so simple AIS, like this, a POS system, okay? A point of sale system. So we understand that the point of system, it captures data. What kind of data does it capture? It's actually quite easy, right? The product data, for example, the name, the ID, the price. When you scan through the POS system, right? Whether it's from infrared, those barcode scanner, right, or some other type of RFID scanner, it doesn't really matter. It captures the data into the system. Okay, so we also capture the sales data, the quantities, and maybe there's a discount applied, like a coupon, right? And also we collect the payment data, right? So this is a very, very simple accounting information system. It just captures the data, that's all. Okay? Collects the payment, collects information about the product, information about the sales, right? How about this inventory management system? It can be accounting information system as well, right? Maybe used to manage the quantities of a certain item, okay? The location of a certain item, where it is stored, because sometimes the storage, the actual space where the item is stored has effect on the inventory value as well. Why? Because like certain storage place that require cold storage, right? It is temperature control or humidity control, right? So if an item is stored in those kind of place, we have to account for the additional storage cost into the inventory, right? So therefore, it's not just we just throw away our money. Oh, this inventory item actually need to be stored. Therefore, the cost of the utility bill, the cost of the machine to make it cold, we have to account for that, right? Okay, and maybe it's inventory manager will consider the reordering point of a certain product. Maybe will manage the waste, the spoilage, and the return. Okay, so a common inventory management system, it doesn't really matter what kind of inventory you try to manage, right? It may be used to collect certain information and process certain information as well. Right? At the end of the day, you probably want to output the inventory data to, let's say, an inventory manager, right, or the controller, or the let's say the regional manager, to see how the inventory turnover is like. Or it can be capacity management type of accounting information system. It manages the capacity. Like for example, hotel booking. You have limited room, right? And that you need to assign these capacity to one person or one group of people who book that room, and in exchange for payment. Okay, so by this way you manage that capacity. So same idea, the capacity management can be used like for restaurants booking, or like for example for personal trainer. You have a limited amount of time that you can book, right? Lawyers, right? It's a limited capacity that you can assign to other people, right? So maybe used to manage the scheduling of certain resources. Of course, you can use that to manage the use of the asset, right? And the cost of maintaining that capacity, and maybe use it to build a customer, okay? And there also can be customer or account management, right? You manage a customer's profile, you manage a particular business account that say as Best Buy, I do business with various vendors, right? So each vendor, right, it's account management, or a group of customer. Like for example, the local business may have an account with Best Buy. So Best Buy become the de facto supplier on certain computer goods. Well, that's a customer management or account management type of AIS system. Okay, you maybe use it to manage the customer account profile, manage discount, bad debt, doubtful accounts, maybe used to manage the loyalty programs of certain customer. Like for example, Amazon Prime, right? Okay, Amazon have a very good account or customer management program, right? On top of their already very good sales system, right? As a Prime member, what can you do with a Prime account? What can you do? Any Prime member here? No? Come on, it's only like $59 for students, right? No, too expensive? Well, but just FYI, for Prime, if you get a Prime membership, what you can do? You can get a Prime Music, you can get Prime Shipping,
Prime
right?
Video.
Prime Videos, quite nice, right? You get free return. You got even like a Prime Wardrobe. You guys know Prime Wardrobe? It's quite nice. You just you say, "Oh, I like this pair of shoes," and it just send it to you, right? You don't need to pay for anything, really.
Right?
Yeah, and you only pay if you decide to keep it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. You know, you can have unlimited new clothes if you're willing to deal with the hassle of sending things back, right? I wear this for 2 days, two times, and don't like it, and send it back. Don't need to pay for it. Oh, quite nice. So that's the type of complicated program you may want to have. Not only a customer account management program, you have it work with the various other departments to give them benefits, right? So that's the type of accounting information system as well, right? So let me see where you can also use the customer account program to manage their payment. Okay, pay us monthly, weekly. Right. For example, if you like recently, I finally made the bite the bullet to subscribe to Washington Post. Yeah, because now it's like they gave me a really good deal that I cannot say no. It's like how much? $29 for a year? That's really cheap. You know, I love reading that newspaper, so okay, $29 a year, I'll pay for that. Right. So from that point on, I become a customer. Right. And I have a profile with them. And yes, I can cancel anytime, but when my year is up, right, and they will charge me a different rate. And that is in the payment management program. Okay, so there are also job management. Okay, it pertains to managing a project, managing a job, like make a particular movie, right, that has a definitive start date to end date. We're gonna start certain time, and we're gonna end at a certain time. After it's end, it ends, right? So we know we're gonna use certain resources at a very short period of time. There will be input, okay, and there will be output of resources usage in this period of time. Job costing or project costing is very common in, like, for example, movie making, building a house, right? Design a website, things like that. So you may be used to manage, like, for example, like to track input and output of resource usage, use it for planning, right? Use it for schedule the funding release, track the milestone, track the performance. So if a certain milestone is met, like for example, building a home, right? Then you can bill the customer. Oh yeah, I finished the roof. Right, you have to pay a certain dollar. Yeah, I finish all the carpets. Yeah, pay. Right? Okay. So there are also things like a costing system. Okay, the costing system may be used to track and manage bill of material. Like, for example, most of you, like for example, if you use iPhone, how many of you use iPhone here? iPhone. Right. So iPhone. Now, a lot of times when the industry analyze the iPhone, they use an approach called a bill of material. Let's take it apart. Hey, the screen costs this X amount of dollar. The CPU costs X amount of a dollar. The chip costs X amount of a dollar. The costs X amount of dollar. Add it up all together, right? What's the bill material is going to be, right? the costing system made you do that. Why is it important, costing system? You need to understand the cost in order to make a profit, right? Or otherwise you'd be selling things at a loss. Right? So do you guys know how to price iPhone? You know how Apple does that? No, it's actually very, very simple. You take the version number times 100. That's it. iPhone 4, 400, iPhone 5, 500, iPhone 6, 600. Really, that's the way. And you know why there's no iPhone 9? Yeah, because after iPhone 8, $800, right? And they're gonna charge you 1,000. So iPhone X, 1,000. And plus $100. Very easy. Really is very easy. You don't believe me? No. I'm not joking. That's actually how it works. They set a target price first. Okay, so this is the target price they think with this version that customer can take, right? And then they work from that target price, right? Have a destination. Okay, this is the price we want to sell. This is the price the customer is willing to pay for this premium product. They all love Apple. You know, if you don't have an Apple phone, you're not getting a girlfriend or boyfriend, you know, because you're uncool, right? So from that point on, they say, 1,100, that's what the customer can take. And we're gonna make X amount of a dollar. And they go beat up their suppliers. Give me this price. If you don't want to give me this price, I'm gonna kick you out. Yeah, that's actually how it is. Yeah. It's very, very true. It's just the version number times 100. That's all. So trust me, let's have a bet. You know, iPhone 12 is gonna be $1,200. Trust me, it will be. Okay, so you can use the costing system to track, manage bill of material. We just go with it to track the quality. Okay, the cost of quality and the cost of defects, right? Because quality, although it's something that is not visible, but there's a cost attached to it, right? If you want something to have a high quality, right, you need to devote energy, resources, right? For example, you need to track the quality assurance. You need to have a program, right, to make sure that people, the worker or your supplier uphold to a certain level of quality. So quality will have a cost, right? So therefore, the defect will have a cost to it as well. You can use the cost system to manage suppliers, to manage bottleneck, or manage different kind of alternatives. That's a costing system. Okay, like for example, in restaurants, right? There are various different raw material in order to make certain things. Like let's say, what's the that's a good restaurant? Let me think. Let's say Chipotle. Anybody eat Chipotle? Chipotle? Yeah, we all know Chipotle, right? So you know Chipotle, they have certain set ingredients there. There's avocado there. There's onion. There's cheese. There's tomato and all that, right? So they have to somehow manage the supply of these vegetables and fruits and whatnot, right? And not only that, they have to manage whether there's waste. But if this supply is not working out, the fruits coming, you know, the avocado coming is all black, can they change an alternative quickly, right? You see, a restaurant industry, just like any manufacturing industry, the source of their material, right, is very, very important, right? If you have bad avocado, you're gonna have a bad avocado. It's gonna look black, ugly, and you won't be able to have sales. So how do you manage that? Okay, have the right alternative lined up for you. So if you have to get additional pounds of avocado, you can always get it. Well, that's what costing systems do. And it can also be some really complex system like Amazon Go Store, right? Or like SAP ERP system. What it actually does is it combine many different AIS to form an ERP system. right? You have HR system, you have a bonus allocation system, right? You have sales, supplier, right? Marketing information system, all lumped up together. Okay, so your costing, okay, and you can be executed very, very quickly with one integrated system. That's what we call the ERP system. So the natural question would be the IS versus AIS. Right. The main difference is what we call the existence of accounting data. Right. For that, let's say a regular HR information system, it may exist to only manage the hiring part, the performance evaluation part, the employee profile part, but touches nothing, okay, on accounting data. Well, that's by itself is just an information system because there's no accounting data going in and out. It does not need, right, to touch the accounting data. But as soon as we're getting into, let's say, insurance, right, we're taking about 401k, right, we were talking about, salary, bonuses. Oh, we start touching the accounting side of things. And from that moment on, it can be considered as an accounting information system. Why? Because when they start touching money, getting to accounting information system, they need an accountant. There's no way around it. As soon as they touch accounting data, they need an accountant. Because we need to tell them, right, the classification of those accounts and the dates when the certain times that the number have to be tally up to us. Oh, so we can do a monthly, right, or quarterly, okay, income statements, balance sheet, things like that. Okay, so quite interesting, eh? So just like I said earlier, yeah, indeed, there's one group, previous group, they did an accounting information system to manage the critical produce inventory, right? And they got this idea because one of the group members, they actually work in Chipotle, right? So he got an idea, okay, wow, manage all this produce is really a headache, right? They have to see how long that avocado has been sitting in that tray, right? And in the past certain time, it have to be thrown away, okay? So, and they have to see, certain produce have been sitting in the fridge for how long, right? And then, okay, they have to tear out the bad part, the yellow lettuce, right? But then when they tear out that yellow lettuce, the weight of that lettuce reduced, right? Okay, so there has to be an inventory control system to manage all this spoilage, right? And all these different ingredients in there in order to properly account for the cost to running a store. How much produce they need, okay? How often do they go over a head of lettuce, right? Or box of lettuce, things like that, right? Okay. And a group, a student work the Citibank work as a clerk, proposed an idea to have an accounting information system to scan the customer documents. So no longer need to handwritten. This already, things like that already exist, right? The scan checks, but the student proposed a more ambitious project, right? To scan more type of documents so can they have a digital record of customers' documents for loan approval, blah, 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 this and that. And a student did, this one group, did Amazon Go store system. Why? Because Amazon Go stores, the one thing interesting about it is not legal in San Francisco anymore. Why? Because it doesn't take cash. The city of San Francisco designated it that if you run the store, you have to accept cash. Why? You guys know why?
Because of the homeless population?
Yeah, discrimination. You cannot discriminate customer for their financial profile. Oh, I have bad credit. I can't get a credit card, so I can't buy in your store? WTF, right? So student proposed this Amazon Go, the cash medium system. They designed something like, oh, okay, we're gonna give sometimes the cash collection bin, you know, like the old, you go through the bridge and you just throw cash in it. They designed something like that, quite interesting. Right. So this group, they designed Uber, the evaluation system. So you, as a driver, you get evaluated by your customers, and based on the evaluation, you get paid differently by the Uber. So if you consistently get bad reviews, right, then you get your rate that Uber pays you will be lower, right? So this way they try to do to encourage good behaviors and things like that. And then also, not only the call handler can evaluate the driver can also evaluate the customer as well. So if the customer consistently getting bad reviews, the Uber can jack up the price, you know, and make them wait longer. So it's quite an interesting approach. Yeah. It's fair. Yeah. If you get bad reviews, you're not going to get good rides. So it was really interesting. So they were talking about, you know, they match bad reviewed customer with a bad reviewed driver. Just let it, you know, butt head and kill each other. I think it's a great idea. Right. And this IKEA project is actually completed by the Swedish exchange students. You guys know that every fall semester we have a bunch of Swedish exchange students come to our school. Have you guys ever met them? No? They're usually tall, very handsome, you know, skinny jeans and all that. Yeah. So last year, those Swedish students in my class, they proposed an idea to manage the claim and warranty, right, for IKEA. When you return something, if you file a claim, right, you need to track the claim, right? You need to track whether this claim indeed need to change the manufacturing process, right? Need to file a lawsuit against against their supplier, or need to purchase additional insurance if they get sued. So they propose something like that, claim management and warranty. Very interesting. And this group proposed a Costco wholesale, the inventory management system. It's a great idea. You know what they do? They take the idea of a Roomba. You know, Roomba goes around the room, right? So what the idea they propose is that, oh, we would put the RFID tag on the product, and the Roomba just go around the room to scan everything. And you no longer need a human count, no longer need a scanner. The Roomba just drive through the entire room and will get the inventory data for the entire warehouse. Great idea. Yeah. We call it the RPA, Robotic Process Automation, right? It's just a little Roomba thing goes around at night and just do the inventory count for you. Great. Right. So there are also smaller projects for smaller business. You know, it does not need to be big business at all. No. It can be your mom's business or the place that you work for. Like this one, the Yum app. It's a very simple accounting information system. You just use the tablet to order food. That's all. Right? We already know a system like this exists, right? Especially in San Francisco. Do you guys go to Olive Garden? Yeah, Olive Gardens already do that. It's a tablet in front of you. You just use that tablet to order. So they just propose something very similar to that. It's acceptable. Sure, why not? And there are others. This project is FinFluent. It's quite interesting. It's a financial management app for social media influencers, right? So as a social media influencer, you still have to worry about certain things, like, for example, somebody book you, right, to do certain expressions, right? Impressions. No, I'm sorry, not expression, impressions, right? So you have to tweet certain things before certain time, right? Or otherwise, the money is, if you did not perform the job, it's going to be unearned revenue, right? It will be a liability item. Okay, so can somebody book you to do X amount of tweets, right? Okay, how many tweets in how many hours? Right. It's a service that they provide. So this group, they propose of, okay, most of the influencers, right? If they are mega influencers, fine, they probably have their own accountants. But most influencers are very small, right? They don't have their accountant. They don't know how to deal with this. So if there's an app for them to track their travels, their engagements, right? Okay, their food they eat during that engagement all together. So just an accounting app, a virtual accountant for influencers on the app. A great idea. So like this, St. James Extended Care AIS project, it's just a capacity management program to manage daycare center. It's a great idea too. And there are other things like a grocery outlet, right? Similar to the critical produce inventory management system, the grocery outlet can scan the inventory, scan the fruits to see how many days, right, that fruit has already on the shelf in order to manage, okay, we're going to send someone out to throw something out, things like that, right? And there are another one, the automatic restaurant Roomba, right? So there's a simple project, just have the Roomba goes around the restaurant serving food instead of a real waitress or waiter. And that can be a project as well. And there are others like Target inventory management system. This is a very small project just designed to scan the out of place inventory items, right? Because if you work in a big retail store, a lot of times that customer pick up something, they never put it back where they belong, right? So over time, it became a big problem because you don't know whether this is a stolen inventory, whether it's broken, or it's just misplaced, right? So they designed inventory management system to tackle this problem, right? And this Spotted LLC is just from last semester. It's quite interesting. It proposed an information system to allow people to book parking spot in San Francisco, right? So if you, that they are talking about putting a scanner, right, a reader in every parking spot, right? So ideally is that if this parking spot, if the car left, it's gonna send notice to people right away. Oh, this spot is available, right? And then people who has the app, they can book that spot right away, right? And then that will show that spot has been reserved, right? Okay, and if the spot is reserved, you have to pay for the reservation fee and all this. It's quite an interesting idea. Right? It's kind of like you pay advance to send your mom go out of the parking lot to stand there. You know those Karen? No? Do you guys know those internet Karen? Yeah, the Karens will go out and stand in front of the parking spot and say, "No, this is my spot. That's mine." Okay. So this project, the license plate recognition system, is quite interesting. It's they said that using token to manage parking in and out of parking space is really bad because a lot of time customers lose it, and this and that. So this system just say, oh, you drive in, we scan your a plate, and we can automatically register the in and out time. Right? Simple. And this the Sparklet water service is a very, very good idea. They turn every water machines, those over here, into a IOE, the IoT machine, the Internet of Things, right? So what it does is that when the weight of the water drops down to a certain point, it will inform the company, oh, the water is low, right? So by doing this, it's much easier for the delivery company to schedule a route of delivery, right? So they will not go in, go here, and go there, go here. They have the most efficient route to manage where the water should go, right? It's a great system. Right, so when it comes to tips on finding an idea, right, you can draw from your experience, your previous job, or your family, your relatives that you can ask, or your frustrations with how how you were treated in a certain store in certain scenario, and you think, if there's a system to do this, it'll be much better. Yeah, that usually can be ideas. Or you draw from your observations, right? You see some inefficiencies out there, or you observe there are some underserved market for customer demand. Okay, there are some processes can be further improved by the right AIS, or a service. For example, one of the group I didn't show you guys is quite interesting. They take the Uber idea to the next level. You know how they do that? It's like it's a great project, and I really love that project because what they do is they call it the poop lover app. You know what they do? It's like if you walk on the street in San Francisco and you see a pile of excrement, there, just steaming. You just take out your phone and take a picture of that pile of, right? And you will send out the GPS location to all the subscribers. And the subscribers will say, "Oh yeah, there's a pile of poop there. I'm gonna go there." So you can go there to clean up the poop, right away, and the city will pay you to clean the city of San Francisco. That's a great idea. It's a volunteer basis, like a gig economy. So that instead of picking out customers, you go pick up poop. Great idea. It's just same thing on the Uber. Just people take a picture. If I think this would be a very interesting website, don't you think? You go to that app, it just pictures after pictures of the poop waiting to be picked up. Oh, wow, that's a great idea. Right. So think, you have your freedom, right? And think about what you want to do. And if you have certain idea, you can always go by me. And all these projects, I work with the students, right, to perfect the idea. To think, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. How about we do this? How about we do that? It's fine. Okay. So I already revised the group assignment. So I'm gonna put you in the breakout room. And I would recommend you guys to exchange information, phone numbers, email, whatnot. Right. And you can use today, tomorrow, think about potential ideas, accounting information systems that you want to do. Okay, though it doesn't need to be big. Smaller, actually, a better project, unique project. Right. Next week we're gonna not next week. On Thursday, we're gonna take a look at how some AIS are justified. It will give you even more idea. Or some are because of market demands, right? Some are because of societal needs, right? Things like that. So think about it. Just let it simmer a bit. So let me see. Let's try if the breakout room work. Okay. And then breakout rooms. Yay. Did you guys see? Are you guys able to go to the breakout room? Yeah, you guys are going there, right? Huh. Guangzhou. Oh. Okay, let me see. There are 2 persons here. Yao. Guangzhou Yao, you are group 8. Amado. Diva, you are group 4. All right. So you guys are group 1.
Oh.
Good. Just talk with each other, exchange ideas and whatnot. Right? Okay, let me go to other rooms. Okay, so you guys are group 2.
Management.
Hello. So you guys are group 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you guys later. So once you guys have an idea, exchange information, you can leave, right? You can leave anytime, unless you have other questions for me. I'll be in the main room. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Sweet.
Okay, I just sent out the text. I hope you guys got it.
Okay, I received it. I was thinking maybe like an inventory management system. I couldn't really think of anything quite yet, except I know if I'm going to like Barnes and Noble to look for a book, a lot of times it'll say the book is there and I can never find it. That's really the only issue I can really think of now. We could probably brainstorm other ideas and come up with it in the group chat maybe.
I like the idea where he was talking about the one with Citibank, because right now I work at Wells Fargo. So maybe
Ding, 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 ding. Look at my hand. You set all of this up just for Zoom?
What?
You set all of this up just for Zoom class?
Yeah.
What?
Because you have to take this thing seriously.
I just put it on my table. Look at the camera.
You guys done? Brian? Glenn?
I think so.
Okay, you can leave. You don't need to stay.
Okay.
You know, the class is basically done. Once you figure out with your group team members, you exchange contact informations, and we will continue on Thursday.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, one more.
He just hand with that, like, hot hand. Hot hand, hand. I need to come here, I need to come here. Oh, come, he does hand with his leg. Hot hand. You do. What do you say?
Hand. Hand. Wow, wow.
Is this San Francisco today? Is this San Francisco today?
Yeah.
Why is it so hot there?
Look at the light.
Turn it off.
Papa, sleeping under the couch.
What?
He was sleeping under the couch.
It's cool.
So cool.
我们要问就啊，你休息。
Yeah, I don't think Professor's here yet.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't think we were supposed to return to the main session yet. But...
What's on? But yours
What? Ah. No. So you guys done with your group?
We exchange information, Professor.
Good. That's all. You don't need to set on the idea. You know, just think about it a bit. As long as you exchange information, you know who's who in your group. That's good enough, right? After you've done that, you can leave. You know, the class is done.
Thank you, Professor.
See you on Thursday. Unless you drop from the course.
See ya, Professor.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, turn the lights off. Yeah.
You turn the aircon on. Well, no, I don't need to wear pants. You're not a senior.
Yeah, what was the point of that? You see it's so high.
What the heck is that?
Why are you watching that on Zoom?
Oh, give a Discord.
So?
Professor?
No. Ugly. Where did she go? I haven't seen her in like 4 hours. Where did she go?
You guys done?
Oh, there's something under.
Yes, I just have a question on exactly the accounting information system you're looking for. Are you looking for us working within a company's like trying to improve their efficiency rate?
No. You just have decide on, okay, this is a particular accounting information I want to do. And I'm gonna from next week class, when you go through the entire process of how to make a proposal, right? How to start the project, how to analyze what is needed. Okay, so you don't really actually have to think by yourself other than a project that you want. Okay, the type of things in journal you want these accounting information to accomplish, that's all, right? Okay, that's what you need to do at this point. Okay, so that's why I'm here, right? Okay, if you want the robotic information system to do certain things, well, let's figure it out all together how to make this happen, right? Okay, so that's basically what it is, right?
Hi, Professor.
Yeah.
For the final exam, you means that it's open book, open note. Can I have two laptop to finish the final exam?
What do you mean two laptop?
I means that I want to use one for the exam and the other one is for search some information from website. Is it okay? Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
It means that the only restriction is that we cannot communicate with other classmates during the exam, right?
That's right.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go. Bye, Professor. Thank you.
Bye, Jen.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
Hoa.
you, Professor.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Professor. Have a great
See
day.
you on Thursday, unless you drop. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See you at 6 o'clock.
Okay. 6. Oh yeah, you have cost accounting.
Yes.
All right. See you at 6. Bye.
Hi.
Hi, Professor. I want to ask, when could you send me a link for the 305? I really want to add that class.
I'll see. Okay. Let me see. Who you at? Who you again? Su Ting?
Yes, Suting.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. You know, my class is it's not easy.
Yeah.
Believe her, Professor. She's very smart and she's not smart.
Okay. Hold on.
Some people, like, for like a protest, you know, they broke into a music. They broke into a music store.
What you want? 305?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let me send you. All right. Try this one.
What are you looking at? What is it? Siri. Yeah, that's Siri.
Is this a code code for take part in the Zoom meeting? Is it the code for the Zoom meeting or the Zoom room number?
Yes, it was 305, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the ad code.
Okay, thank you.
The actually means that she can register now. The ad code.
Yeah, with the ad code.
It means
Okay, thank you so much. See you on stage.
All right.
Bye.
Ouch! You're hurting me. Sit. No more, bye-bye.
Hello. You guys still here? Okay, good. So if you're done exchanging informations, you can leave. You don't need to decide on the idea today. Okay? We can on Thursday. The lecture will not going to be this long today. We're going to have more time to work together in the group, right? And I will help you guys out, right? Deciding on the idea. Okay. See you on Thursday. Any one of you dropping out of the class? No? Okay, then. Okay, then see you guys on Thursday. Bye. Still here? Hello. Yeah. Okay, so we don't need to decide on the idea today. Okay, so if you exchange information, just kind of get to know each other, you can leave after that because it's already 5:15, and I don't want you to, stay just for me. So so on Thursday, we're gonna have a shorter lecture and more group time, and we can iron out the idea all together. Each one of you brainstorm. Say, oh, I have this idea, Professor. How do you think that without work? What's the problem? And we can all work together. All right. So, any one of you dropping out of the class? Okay, then. See you guys on Thursday. Yeah, sure. I don't know how to do that though. Let me. Okay. Yo, Gaurav. It's 6 o'clock. So when do you have to pick up your mom? 6? Walnut Creek? I mean, actually, San Ramon, it's actually quite close. Yeah. So where do you live? Oh, so you have to drive down to, it's going to be like, what, at least 30 minutes, right? Is that every week? Okay. Okay, so if that is the case, it's okay, but then you will have to do the reading assignment yourself, or go through the YouTube video. Okay, the video is going to be on YouTube, right? And the most important part is the second half, because we will go through actual questions in a workshop setting, right? So I'm gonna take you guys through how to solving the questions and all that. So make sure that come back by like 7:30. All right. Okay, bye.